Hello, welcome back to the channel. It's just me, Emma. Dom's not here. We've parted ways for a few weeks. Not for good, don't worry. Nothing has happened between me and Dominic. But I'm currently in the UK and I don't know if you can see where I am and work out where I am, but I am in a camper van. So things have changed a little bit. And I didn't really want to say anything for a while until it actually happened, because I've got a very good track record of saying I'm going to do something and then it doesn't happen for whatever reason. But this has happened. I'm in the van has happened, I've got it, whatever. Thailand is out of the picture for a bit. We're moving out of Thailand back to the UK or Europe, or the van basically. We're moving into the van that we've just bought. And yeah, Thailand, bloody love it. Absolutely love Thailand, so does Dominic. We'll always have a very strong love for Thailand. But the heat and the pollution were getting really bad, really unbearable. Couldn't go outside. I really just missed the fresh air, which sounds really boring, but I really missed the fresh air. And we weren't able to walk the dog. We were struggling to travel with the dog, and it just felt really bad leaving him all the time. So for example, when we did the Mae Hong Son loop, we had to just leave him in a kennel basically. Well, it wasn't a kennel, it was like, I suppose it was like a daycare thing or night care, like, I don't know, general looking after. But yeah, so, which is very different to when we were in the van. Percy's with us everywhere. It's so dog friendly in Europe, relatively dog friendly in the UK. So Percy's just like living life, out walking, but he's just aging very quickly, just sitting around in Thailand, and he couldn't be walked properly. I was missing just walking around and exploring. It's so hot. I'm very not good with the heat. I'm really not good with 40-degree heat. It's like unbearable. And yeah, it was just getting to me, and I missed the freedom of being in a van. And so did Dominic. We were just missing being in a van because you just got freedom to go wherever you want, and you've got your home with you at all times at the same time. So there's just so much freedom with being in a van. So the school year finished, and so the job came to an end basically because the school year finished, and we decided to come back. We were going to come back in August time, but we saw this van online. We saw this van online, and it was just our perfect van. So we've had so many vans. We've had Kangoo conversion, Renault Traffic, Sprinter conversion, T25, Peugeot Boxer, which I don't even know if I have a picture of, Heimer Swing, but they were all being relatively old, stuff wrong with them, lots of compromises. But this time we've got this van that comes with 0 compromises. It is literally our perfect van, and it came up on the internet, and we saw that there's only 2 available in the country. When I called up about it while I was in Thailand, someone was in the van looking at it, about to buy it. They'd just gone home to sort of mull it over, and they'd spent 5 hours apparently sitting in it, enjoying it, getting to know it a little bit. They'd just gone home, and I was just like, how can we reserve it? Is there a way we can stop them buying it because we want to buy it, even though we haven't seen it? We just know that this is the one. Watched loads of videos, saw all the pictures. When you've had so many vans, you know what you want out of a van, and this just ticked all of our boxes. But we managed to convince them to hold it for a week, and it took me 3 days to get back because I got the cheapest flight that I could from Chiang Mai back to London, and it's Thai New Year, so a lot of people leave during that time, leave Thailand, so the prices of flights were crazy. But I managed to find one for £500, but it meant 3 stop-offs and 4 flights, which took 40 hours. So I had to fly from Chiang Mai to Taipei, where I sat for 8 hours in the airport. Then I flew to Milan, where I had to sit for another 3 hours. Then I flew to Copenhagen, where I had to run for the next flight because I nearly missed it. And then I got to Heathrow, and my friend Brian, who, if you've seen the first video where we leave London to go to Tokyo and get the camper van in Japan, he's the guy that took us to the airport, and he is a gem, he's great. He's so good at helping us out. He's, yeah, such a great friend. And I've been staying in his spare room while I sorted out the van, did all the paperwork and whatever. And yeah, I didn't want to say anything or announce anything because I didn't think it was gonna happen. Like there was this piece inside of me saying like, you know, don't get your hopes up because it might not work, because I don't know, things always go wrong for us. Trust me, things always go wrong. But it went through and I've had it for 2 days now and I've just been sorting it out and moving in basically. I had 5 massive suitcases from Thailand. I had all of Dominic's stuff as well as mine. So yeah, I've been sorting all that out and yeah, it's finally ready. So I'm going to be going on my first trip alone, which I'm really nervous about, but also very excited about. I've never done a trip on my own. Just before we went to Thailand, I was about to do a trip on my own and the van died the day Dom left me, so I literally didn't get to go anywhere. So yeah, and I don't have a dog with me this time, so I'm properly alone. Can't even talk to him. So it's very weird doing all the chores on my own because I've already had to fill up the water tank and it was an ordeal trying to get the hose out, trying to connect that up to the tap. I've got to work out how to empty the toilet because Dom does everything normally, so I am putting my big girl boots on and learning how to do it all. He's always on video call helping me out, so he was helping me with the hose, telling me what to do. So basically the dog can't fly into the UK in cabin. He can leave in cabin but he can't come back because it's an island and rabies and stuff like that. So because it's an island, they don't want rabies coming in, so they don't allow a dog in cabin. They do allow a dog in cabin in most places in Europe, and because of that, the cheapest sort of most easiest flight for Dominic to get is from Bangkok to Vienna, which means he doesn't have to do a stop off or anything, because normally we do 2 stops, whatever. Last time he flew to Paris, so it's a bit easier, but this time he's flying to Vienna, which is in Austria. It's quite a way. I've got to go through a few countries, but I'm gonna go drive and pick him up, and him and Percy up from the airport. So I'm gonna drive to Vienna on my own, slowly. I'm gonna stop off at places on my own over the next few weeks until Dominic arrives and meet him in Vienna. But until then, I'm gonna be stopping off at interesting places, showing what it's like to be on your own as a female in a van, because I definitely have to worry a bit more about safety. I don't have a dog, a little guard dog, and I don't have Dominic, so yeah, luckily this van has got lots of alarms, it's got lots of safety features, so that's nice. But right now I'm just in the park and ride, which if you're not from the UK, it's like if there's a town, they have park and rides on the outside where you park and you ride a bus into town. But Canterbury has got one that allows vans to stay, and it has a few amenities for people in camper vans. There's always somewhere that we stay every now and then if we're nearby. It's the easiest and cheapest place to stay, and you can get a free bus to town. It's pretty convenient, but it's nothing special. There's nothing really around. It's not very exciting. It's very much in my comfort zone. I've stayed here loads of times before, and there's lots of other vans, so I feel safe. And that's something I'm gonna be probably making sure I'm staying near other vans, or I use Park for Night, so it's an app that recommends lots of places, people leave reviews, and if it has anything dodgy on the reviews, like, you know, car got robbed or shady people hanging around, won't stay there. Or like, it will recommend vehicle height, because this is a big vehicle. It's the longest thing I've ever driven, so I'm gonna have to be a bit more wary about where I take it and whatever. But yeah, I don't even know what I was saying. It's gonna be a fun challenge, whatever, driving around Europe on my own and getting used to doing all the chores, getting used to planning all on my own and exploring on my own, which I'm not someone that hates being on my own. I can deal with my own company. it's quite nice sometimes being on your own. I haven't hated it so far, but Dom is always on the video call, so it's like he's practically here all the time anyway. But yeah, so this is the update basically. Now I've got it, I can start filming again, and take you on the ride. It was just, in Thailand it was so hard to film anything because we were struggling to go outside in the heat and the pollution. It was, in some days it was literally hazardous to health and they were advising not to go outside. The heat was just melting me every time I went outside. I think Dom's struggling with it a little bit. He hasn't gone out much because of the heat and the pollution. It's really a shame because, I mean, I've gone on and on about burning season if you follow the channel. I'm bored of talking about it. It goes on for like 3 months in the north of Thailand and central Thailand, where farmers burn crops, but Chiang Mai is just like in a bowl of mountains, so when all the mountains are on fire and Chiang Mai, the city, is just like in the middle of this bowl, and it's just unbearable, and it sucks because I absolutely love Thailand and really thought we were going to be there a long time. Kind of gutted, but I am happy to be back in a camper van and we can go anywhere. I really want to go everywhere, and so does Dom. So I'm going to head to Austria, and then I don't know where we're going to go. We can go anywhere. So want to go Eastern Europe, want to go to Italy, want to go back to the Dolomites, all the mountain ranges, the Alps, go up to Norway, Sweden, Finland, down to Spain, Portugal, up to Scotland, across to Ireland. Want to go literally everywhere. So yeah, we don't have plans to leave the van anytime soon. This is very much permanent. Bruges is 100% my first stop, always is. Calais, we had a bad experience, so I want to get out of Calais as soon as I can once I get the ferry over there. And yeah, bit of solo female van life content for a little bit. Hope you enjoy it. Leave a comment with your thoughts on the whole thing, on the move. The move, I don't know, I don't really know what to call it. We've moved into the van. We just don't have a fixed location, and yeah, I'm just really excited to explore. Expect a van tour very soon. Once I'm changing the curtains. I hate the curtains. Everything else is great, but the curtains I'm making, which, yeah, I'll film that once I've changed that in the next few days. But yeah, in 2 or 3 days, I'm heading over to Calais, and yeah, hope you enjoy the upcoming trip as much as I do. Hopefully it goes well. Hopefully nothing bad happens, but I'm not going to think like that. Only positive vibes. It's going to be amazing. Yeah, so thank you for tuning in, and yeah, let me know your thoughts. I've been waffling it long enough. That's the update, and I'll see you very soon. See ya!